Hey yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the World Wide Wonder Web? My name's Pursuit. Welcome to today's episode of Pursuit O Happy, where today I'm bringing you guys another Free Thinker Friday. For those of you who don't know, Free Thinker Friday is my little series where I essentially get baked and have a reason to ramble on camera for like 10 minutes. It's a weekly series, trying to be. If you enjoy sticking around, having some real talks with a real guy, some guy who's been through some shit, stay with me. So today we're going to be session with Cake Cart. I filmed a review for these, but the video for one of the clips got corrupted, so I'm trying to think about what to do around that. Got pissed with the cock you got, that's what I say. Anyways, let's get right into it with the smackaroo. So cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Like a champ. I was trying to think about, as always, what to talk about for today's Free Thinker Friday. And so, I don't know, I've kind of been all over the place. So I just got moved back in, right? Winter break's over. We back at it. We back on that grind. Getting back into the swing of things with school. For those of you in high school, getting back to high school and college like myself. Getting back to your education. And it's important to make sure to go into this semester with a nice fresh level head. Some of you, if you're like me, maybe we're slacking a little bit last semester, especially as you're getting more comfortable with school and you're starting to find out, oh, I'm a fucking adult, I can just skip classes. And then you end up, missing out on some shit. Maybe you do maintain a good grade. Like I myself, I fucking stopped showing up to classes, but I was able to end with all A's and B's just because I'm good at school. That's all it is. But, maybe you're like me and trying to come into this with the more level head and trying to be like, hey, yo, we're going to be attending classes. We're going to be doing our homework assignments. I want all y'all to be on the ball this semester, all right? Especially if you're watching this channel. If you're watching this channel, that means that you like to, hit some reefer, be chief in that chong in Hong Kong. If that's the case, you want to make sure that's not distracting you from your studies and stuff like that, because it's important to have your priorities straight as to make sure you don't waste your time or your energy doing other shit. I fell into the trap of, I can do things while high, so then I'll do school while high, but getting high should be an event. You shouldn't be like, let's get high to watch a movie type shit. You can. No issues with that. But it should be its own thing. It should be like, we're high, let's watch a movie. Not like, let's, because once you start getting into that habit, then you start caring less about shit, because weed makes you comfortable with being lazy. That's a South Park quote. That is one of the most realest things I ever heard. Was because, and I've been, constantly at a battle of advocating for stoners and smokers and stuff ever since I was a young teenager, because I was a young teenager who liked to smoke weed, was told that teenagers shouldn't smoke weed, and I was trying to prove them, I'm this smart kid who's smoking weed and shit. Ended up backfiring on me because I was not caring about all these different assignments and sectors and shit like that. So you have to make sure that you do not lose sight of what you're doing, what you're focusing on, what you're grinding. I just want to say that, as we're getting into this next semester, be on your shit. Let's have another smack. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Hakuna Matata. Let me just share a few things that through my trials and tribulations I've found to be helpful, whether it be for high school or college, just some basic cross the board, even work shit. Some tips from a guy who's gone through school, that shit got me. Damn. First off, set yourself a schedule. Not even set yourself a schedule. That's what I meant to say. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed, but there's this whiteboard right here. And on that whiteboard, it's empty right now because I just started the semester. Shit, I gotta make sure this is set up correctly. On that whiteboard is my class schedule and the week schedule set up into columns and shit like that. So I write it down. I always have it written down that I write down what assignments are due on what day, what I have to do on that day, if there's a fucking test or some shit like that. Basically, I just write down everything for every day of the week and then upcoming tests and events and stuff like that. Literally, just having your shit written out will make all the world of a difference. You'll no longer be forgetting to do that homework assignment that's due every 3 weeks, periodically, but, it's not that big a deal because it's due later, but then you fucking forget about it, so then it becomes a big deal. you're not going to forget about that. Literally just start writing your shit down. I know high schools give out planners, and I know your ass has got motherfucking phones. So use your phone. Literally just having a list of... Lists are fucking powerful shit, man. And that's all a schedule is. It's a list of time. It's a list of when you do shit. Create a schedule so that way you're also, mentally preparing yourself. Every time you look at the list, you have an idea of what's going on in the day. You have an idea of what you have to do, what you have to get done. And it helps you be more productive and be more prepared for what's coming up. So if you really want to make sure you're going to your classes, not ditching them motherfuckers, set yourself a schedule, write it down. And that schedule also should include times you wake up, times you go to bed. And I'm not saying you have to be like on the dot, on the T's, bro, but you should try and have a general idea of what time you're going to be going to bed every day and what time you're going to be waking up, because that helps you maintain a proper sleep cycle, and having a proper sleep schedule will cause you to be more well rested, which then will positively impact your school. It'll make you more likely to wake up for that class that's at 9:30 in the morning. And before all y'all working motherfuckers start bitching about a 9:30, like, oh, I wake up at 5:30, I wake up at 4. Oh, shut the fuck up, okay? The universal thump gets passed around, motherfucker. Moby Dick. We all got our own shit to deal with. We all got our own hills to get over. And some of us, the hills are kind of small to other people. But that's the thing you have to bear in mind. Everybody's hills are different size, So, for all y'all tradesmen, Jack, cut our college kids some slack. Because also, this new generation of college kids, and like myself, we were like the first generation of people to be exposed to excessive chronic internet use, right? It was normal for some people before to have chronic exposure to the internet, but because of COVID, the generation going into schools, into college right now and coming out of high school, all have attention spans of like a fucking cheese. And I'm no different. Maybe I can use some big words, but I still use like and in every fucking phrase. Like you'll hear, and I'll highlight it or some shit. I forgot where I started off with this point. Anyways, on the list of schedules, we'll talk about lists. Nope, that's not how I wanted to word that. On the subject of schedules, we're going to talk about lists. Let's say you got your homework assignments you got to do for the day. You want to get them done. You don't want to forget them. First off, you're going to fucking do them. Second off, just write them down on a list. Write down everything you got to get on a list. Write down, start with the easy shit, right? Easy assignments. And you want to include your daily tasks on this bitch too. Like shit you just want to do that day, right? Like maybe you got to do the dishes or you got to do the laundry or whatever. But you put everything on this list that you have to do that day. Homework, chores, fucking daily tasks, that type of stuff. Start by doing the easiest thing and, cross it up. But you want to cross it up because when you see that list getting shorter, that relieves the burden of having shit to do. And it's like, oh, I can do it. Okay, I'm going down. I'm making progress. I can make progress. I can just take one item at a time. So start putting your tasks in a list. That's another really easy and realistic way to manage your stressors and shit you got to do that day. I think I'm going to need another smack to get the proper education juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? So you can join me if you want or not if you're a pussy. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now for the real meat and potatoes here. Textbooks. Textbooks, retarded expensive. Not cool. Not cool, dog. Not a yeah, dog. No, dog. You're constantly like up with the battle of, oh, should I buy a textbook? Do I have to read it? Blah, blah, blah. And like, it's kind of varying from class to class because every class is going to say you need the textbook, but some classes you don't really need it. So my recommendation is go through the first day class, maybe even the first week, listen to the instructor, the professor, and listen to what he or she has to say as to what your requirements will be for this class. Because some professors will straight up be like, oh, you don't have to buy the book. But other professors will be like, oh yeah, you need it, and then you won't use it. If it is a class that requires you to read the book, gotta fix the mask. Read the book. That's the biggest mistake. You don't want to skip shit that you don't properly understand, because otherwise it'll just fuck you up in the future, especially if you're going to school for with intent to get a degree, right? You want to make sure that if you're taking a class that's for your major, you're reading the book and understanding and absorbing all the material that you can, so you have the best understanding. People lose sight of the value of getting an education and being able to have a greater understanding of how the world around you works. You're going to always be on this planet, and so you might as well fucking try and learn as much as you can. You know, we as humans are naturally inquiring inquiresome. Is that a word? You're naturally asking questions. We're always trying to figure out why shit is the way it is. And so why not start? Just pick with something you're interested in. And that's probably why you're going to school. So I'm kind of going all over the place with this one, huh? Step number 4. Label your notebooks. Make sure you have your notebooks labeled, your folders labeled. You want to keep all your papers, all your fucking shit, all your materials separate. This includes on the computer, right? You can have a year. Like I have one file for the year, or one folder for a year, and then in that folder I have all the folders for each of the classes, right? So you want to make sure you manage all your materials, your books, notebooks, all that type of shit. So I guess those are the main points I have for setting yourself up for success within this new semester. And as we all go into it, I wish us all the best of luck. You have to the main thing, I guess if I could add a 5th point, it would be just don't be a pussy. All right? Wake up on time, don't sleep in, because you won't get deducted points maybe for that one class. But you're there. So you might as well, you're there. You're at college for a reason. Don't waste it. Don't waste your opportunity. Don't waste your time. Get out, take advantage of it, go to your classes, get well rested. That's not to say, don't have fun. We throw a little fun in there, have a little bit of boogieing, but it's important to prioritize what you're actually there for. So hopefully with these small and few tips that I gave you, you can set yourself up for success. Just try at it, just keep it going, bud. The old chariot rolls along, dude. Thank you for joining me for today's Free Thinker Friday. If you like me, subscribe. Keep your eyes peeled for more reviews. I'm trying to work on some new video formats for you guys, some more educational type shit where I can explain things on a more scientific front in relation to cannabis, like the creation of Delta 8 and shit like that. I'm just trying to work out how specifically we want to do the videos, but it's a work in progress. I'm having more come for you guys. I don't recall if I had an outro, but can't stop the dick did